Hi fashion lovers, so guys, we'll be making these two pieces in this video. All right, so a client sent me this video. She said I want this, all right, but the waist will be elastic. Okay, so let's move. This is the calculation I'm working with. Now watch my bust waist hip. I added 15 to each of the measurement before dividing. While I did that is because it's a boo-boo, all right? It's very free and the person wants it very free. Now you can add up to 20, up to 30, depending on how bogus you want yours to be, okay? Now another place I want us to concentrate on is on the shoulder. You can see the shoulder. I divided it by 2 and added 8. Sorry, I divided it by 2 and it gave me 8 plus 14, which makes it 22. Okay, now my half length is 18, not 2, not 8. Blouse length 30, roundness of sleeve 22, sleeve length 14. Okay, now let's concentrate on the shoulder. On the shoulder I did plus 14. That 14 is the sleeve length. You know, it's a cut together, is a boo-boo. All right, so you have to add your shoulder and your sleeve length together. All right, whatever it gives you is what you use for your cutting. All right, and after dividing, make sure you add your sewing allowance. Okay, once you add it, all right, whatever it gives you becomes your calculation. So let me just write it out. You can see this, that 14 is the sleeve length. Okay, so we are working with 22, or let's say if you have 22 with you as your calculation, you can either work between 22 to 24. That is what you should be working with. That is what you should fold, not what you should work with. Like if you want to fold the fabric, this is what you fold, either 22 or 24, whichever one. Okay, but it should not exceed go below 22, unless the sleeve length will reduce. Okay, so now I've done the cutting of the fabric and the trouser. I actually asked this person to come with 3.5 yards because she's on the big size. I will give her size 18, okay? But she came with a lower, with 3 yards of fabric. So I've done the cutting of the palazzo, and this is what is left of the body, the top, the blouse itself. Then I got to do calculation. I got to do some joining. All right, so this is just the piece that is left, so I just placed it on the side so I can cut it together. You get me? So first I make sure the length gives me what I want. Okay, it gives me my total length. Then once it has excess, so I'll just take the excess out. All right, now after marking the length I want, that is just what I marked down there. The next thing, I think I should concentrate on the upper part. Let me use this part for my shoulder, okay, and for my round, for my neck width and neck depth. Okay, so but for this video there will be no zip, no button, so I'm working with 4 inches as my neck width. That is what I just marked, 4 inch as my neck width. Okay, after marking your neck width, you determine your neck depth. But first, like I said, the length of this blouse I'm making is excess, so I need to trim out that 1 inches. I think it's about 3/4 or something. And most importantly, that part is not even, so I actually need to trim it to make it even. Okay, so that is what I just did now, make it even before continuing. And remember my neck width, I said 4. Okay, for my neck width. Now what of the neck depth? First is 2 inches. We are working with the back neck depth. Remember, the back is usually very high. It's a high back, so but due to the chalk, just watch how I will do the cutting because of the chalk. Okay, that is disrupting it. So this is it. Now, what did I cut? This cutting includes both the two. This is folded into four. 22 folded into four. All right. This cutting I did is for both the front and the back. Haven't done that, the next thing is for me to deepen the front. All right, so I'm working with 7 as my neck depth for the front is a V. Okay, I'm working with 7. All right, now having marked where I want my V to be, mind you, the chalk may not be showing, so when I'm cutting you get to understand more clearly. All right, so I'm going for depth 7 for my V at the front. Okay, so what I'll just do is differentiate, but before doing that, let me mark the sleeve. All right, now I'm going with 11 for my sleeve. Remember, it's 22 roundness of sleeve, so I'm going for 11. Then I'll slant it the way we slant boo boo. Slant it the way we slant boo boo. Okay, then we curve. I need to bring the camera closer so you see where I'm marking. All right, now I'm trying to cross check to make sure. Now the total shoulder and waist give me 22, but the body calculation I have 20. When divided into 4, I have about 10 3/4. So I'm marking it straight. Then you curve, just our normal way of curving our cut together boo boo. All right, once you curve, the chalk will not allow us do justice to this, but just watch while cutting. Okay, watch when I'll be doing the cutting, so you get to understand it perfectly well. Right, most of the times I prefer using pattern paper to go for this, it makes it more easy. But first, there is an open side, I need to open it up. All right, before continue. Pattern paper makes all this very easy, but let's go. So you see what I'm cutting. First, I measured that 11, then I curved it and continue. You can see what I'm doing. All right. Now remember why it is in pieces. I told you earlier that I did the cutting of the trouser, so it shortened the fabric. So I have to, look for a way to work it out. So it's just by the side. All right, so this is it. So guys, basically what you need is you cut it the way we cut together. Okay, then you join it. That is it. Now I have to slant the other part that is not open. Remember, they will be joining, but yours is not compulsory you have joining. Okay, just follow your shoulder plus the sleeve and fold. All right, once you fold, you mark out your round sleeve, then you curve it in. That is just it, and your boo boo is ready. Okay, now what next? We have gotten our boo boo ready, so we need to cut the V. Remember, the front of this boo boo has V, so it is time we cut the V. Okay, so I'll just place it, mark my 7 inches. Remember I told you 7, Then I'll use scissors to cut it. You see it clearly. So that is the V I'm cutting, okay? Just one part of the dress, one part. Remember, I opened it up, then I cut through, okay? When going this pattern, make sure it is one dress you're holding, not the two of them. You're holding one part of the dress, all right? Now, having gotten my V, what next? First, let me open all the unopened side. Good, I've done that. Haven't opened, cut through my V. You can see how it looks. You can see how it looks. That is it. Okay. Remember, guys, if you have any question, suggestion, drop it on the comment section. I look forward to your questions. Okay. So that is our shoulder. Now what next? We need to cut the facing, which I've done. Okay, just open it up. This is the facing. Now because the fabric is shortened, that is why you can see that black on the two edges. Okay, so this is my back. All right, so what I'll just do is place the facing. Now if you don't know how to cut facing, there's a video on my YouTube channel of how to cut facing. I think I will attach it here. All right, so I'll just sew, then get the front the same way. Now because of the shortage of the fabric, I use a pure cotton for the facing of the front. Okay, this is cotton fabric, plain cotton that I'm using. This is it. Okay, so remember it's inside, the facing stays inside. So after weaving, I'll have just little left, which I'll use hemming gun to hold down so people don't get to see it. Now that is the V, all right? Having sewn the V, I've equally sewn the back. Okay, the next thing is just to hold the shoulder. While after holding the shoulder, I'll hold the side, weave, then start folding, hemming it. You know, fold the sleeve, fold the blouse length. So this is just how I'll sew straight from holding the neck, the facing and the dress itself, and sew straight. You see how I placed it. The same thing I did there is how what I'll do in the other part of the dress. Hold the facing together with the sleeve. All right, the dress itself, shoulder of the dress, then I'll sew straight. Okay, makes it more easy. All right, now after joining, what next? The side, this side you're seeing, I will equally sew it this way down. The other part, I will equally sew the side of this part too. Okay, that is basically what I'll do. Then the next thing is to fold. Now having done all that, I've joined, I've folded. All right, now I've equally weaved. Okay, you can see the weaving I did. All is left is just to fold it, give it a hemming, hem this down. All right, this way I've weaved it. It makes it easy. I don't need to double fold. One folding is enough. Fold the down too. So after folding, the next thing is open the side. You see how I placed it? That is the side of this blouse. I will get my center, the part where I joined, the joining part between the two blouses together. Then I'll place this for my drawstrings. Okay, now the size I'm holding is too big. I'll have to shorten it to be about 1.5 inches. Okay, then I'll place it. All right, when I place it this way, I can fold it in, is by choice if I wish to. Then I'll sew straight, then sew the two sides. You know, all I need is a space in between the joining and the two other parts, so the rope will be able to pass through for the drawstrings. All right, so basically I've folded, I have sewn. You can see how I did it. I told you have to reduce the fabric you're to use at most 2 inches. Then you get your safety pin, pass your rope through and pass it. Okay. So guys, you keep passing it through. You see that? Keep passing your safety pin. It should come out here, right? When it comes out here, the next part you pass it through the other parts, okay? Through here. You bring it out through the down part too. So guys, the trouser of the palazzo in question is elastic waist, is boo-boo, and there's a video of how to cut boo-boo on my channel, but I think I'll be attaching just a few clips of how I did the cutting of the down, so you get to see it. Okay, so you draw it to your satisfaction. All right, you can be adjusted anytime you feel like. So that is one side of it. The same thing I did here, I will do in the other part. You tie it. Now stylishly tie it, not anyhow. Now this is the other part too. I did the same thing here. You get your rope, get your safety pin and pass the rope through. Now for you to achieve the sewing I did for the drawstrings is 3 sewings. First at the center and 2 at the sides. Okay. So you draw, then you pass it back. You keep passing it, it comes out the other side, okay? That is basically how you go about it. Good. Now you can tie it anyhow you wish to. Okay, so let's go to the dummy. Put it on the dummy so you see how it looks. Okay, so this is it on the dummy. All right, I know you have questions, so do drop it on the comment section. All right, now I'll be adding video of the trouser, the cutting of the trouser here, so you can equally watch that. That is the draw you're seeing it. It can be adjusted to any length. This fabric is really beautiful. Okay, so guys, see you on my next video. So guys, watch part 2 of this video for the trouser, the full video of the trouser. The full video is too much, I can't attach it here, right? So watch part 2 for the full video of how I made the trouser. All right, you can see the bagginess of it. All right, so I would have worn it on my body, but it's not mine, it's a client's. order. So see you on my next video, guys.